We're getting to the game right now. So let's see if U of M does utilize that siege tank pressure, or if they don't.
So the quality is a little bit lower on the visuals, but things should be a little bit faster. There shouldn't be any chop. Like I said, I didn't expect to be displaying on 1080p here, so this laptop can't quite put out that. But yeah, we got this 2 versus 2. We've got U of M spawning at the 12 and the 3 o'clock position, and then U of S spawning at the 9 and the 6 o'clock. It's been a while since I played 2 versus 2.
I play them every time I start the day. I say, I'm not going to wreck my 1v1. So I start up a 2v2 and kind of just practice out whatever I'm doing for the day. So,
I say the same thing. I'm not going to wreck my 1v1, so I just don't play.
Yeah, that is another option as well. So positions are not really a big issue with 2v2. So
what's really going to define this matchup at first is how these Zergs open.
Yeah, usually it's a bad idea in 2v2s to go for a hatch first, because then both players can say, all right, you went hatch first, we're not going to do that, we're going to pressure you at the same time, and you have to fend off twice as many units. Your teammate might have a zealot or two, but it's not enough to not lose the hatchery, so it's generally not a good idea to go hatch first in 2v2.
Definitely, especially on this map, because the close gold that you have is guarded by destructible rocks.
Yeah, so you have to almost expand outwards towards your opponent, so it's really not good, and that's why we see both players going pool first. So
I mean, I guess you could take maybe a hidden expansion, but it's just not really that viable in 2 versus 2 to begin with.
Yeah, it's very risky, and anyone that scouts the main will say, okay, your pool and gas are way too late, what's going on? So that's just not the case. So
we've got a probe scouting here from GlutenFree. He's getting into Vladimir's base. His barracks is just finishing with patch 1.4. That did extend by about 5 seconds. Looks like he wanted to be a little bit of a cheesy and hide a pylon, but he's not doing anything of the such now, is because he has an SCV hot on his tail.
Yeah. Now I'm really looking at GlutenFree's play right now. He hasn't dropped a core. I don't know if that's intentional or not. And I don't like this this gate placement, because it's just out in the open and it's asking you to get siege down. So there goes his core down. Must have been a little hiccup there.
Yeah, I don't really agree with walling off in general on split BAPs, or even if you have a Zergner, it's not really that great to wall off, because
they need to be able to get out whenever they can. So and it works with Terran because you can lower and upper the supply, but just not 100% on that. And we see Monad going for Baneling, so it looks like he's not gonna. Looks like they're gonna try to do an all-in. CrispTender pulled guys off gas, so I don't know if he's gonna go hatch. Yeah, he's dropping his hatch right now. So if they scout that pretty quick, they can take advantage of that right now. So here comes 2 scouting lings. They see the wall, and yeah, pretty standard play by pretty much all players here, except that early Baneling nest. So you see Vladimir is going for 2 barracks. I don't know why he didn't go 3.
Yeah, 2 barracks would lead him into an expand, more than likely. He's putting a tech lab here on his second one, so technically he'll have 3 barracks, but he's going to be producing double Marines out of the one. So
yeah. So I'm not 100% sure when they're doing a pressure build. Really good overlord placement by both teams, I do have to say. Let's light up the entire map like a light bright with Ob's vision on. So.
Oh man, I miss light bright.
Yeah.
So yeah, this overlord here by Monad up at the top, this is a very popular tactic for PZ teams, in that the overlord's going to give you vision, and then the Protoss can actually warp up on the high ground.
Yeah, that's true. And we have an attack here with these links. It looks like Vladimir was going to move out, but he just kind of went down his ramp a little bit. So
yeah,
I thought they were doing an attack because he was moving across the map. But
I do like that. He's putting pressure on. He's making the U of R team think that there's going to be some pressure, but in reality, the Zerg's just droning up.
And we see a 4-gate by Gluten, so this is going to be very interesting. We have Banelings. And the neat thing is Crispy went for roaches, so we're going to see how many roaches he can get out and see how well they can hold this off. These lings are kind of overextending themselves, though. They don't want to be doing that. So they're just testing the waters, I guess, seeing what's there. And it's going to be the 4-gate with with some banelings thrown in, so this could be very effective.
Still just a 2 barracks and putting up a factory
And
as well.
oh, there goes the forward pylon. That's really going to slow things down for U of R.
It definitely
They really
will.
needed that forward pylon to reinforce, but
Picking off that probe is a very key thing to do if you can.
and they were able to do that because they control the towers. They know exactly what's coming on. And the more time they sit around here, the worse it's going to get for them when they go in.
You know, that's one thing I never can really figure out with the 2v2 is why people don't use Zelnaga watchtowers enough. I mean, the U of R team hasn't even looked at the watchtowers to see if their opponents have them. So, you know, they may think that the opponents don't really know this is coming, but they indeed do.
Yeah, and like Stim is going to finish up by the time they're heading in there. I guess they really wanted that forward pylon, but that's just not.
Well, the forward pylon is going up, but it's
they're
actually at the north.
Yeah, it's a proxy pylon, so that's very interesting.
That.
So they're going to probably just harass at the front, not try to lose anything, and then that's going to act as a distraction tactic while they do some damage in the main. You think that Monad would be morphing some banelings right about now, but you never know. Okay, I guess he's just going all lanes, just kind of surround everything. It's interesting with the marine placement because they're all spread out, ready for banelings, but there's not any banelings to be morphed, I guess, so.
Yeah, banelings...
So really, it's going to increase the Ling's effectiveness of killing all those guys because of the surface here. And here comes, the drones are being pulled here. These zealots came in. And here comes the attack at the front. Let's see how well the spread goes. Choking the Lings a little bit. That was a good surround, but he pulled out. There was Lings attacking all the gate units here, and those Lings got mowed down way too much.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of coordination there with
let's see if the pool goes down. It's getting close. I think he can take it down.
He's going to get it. That's
there we go.
undoubtedly.
That is big. Okay, they're counterattacking in, and here comes all the banelings. They're morphing right now. But he doesn't have speed.
They are slow banelings.
If they can force another stim, though, out of the Terran, they can really stop this push.
Absolutely. They're not in a bad position right now if we look at the resources tab.
But here's the issue with the wall off now. They're choked in. They have to let these go down.
Yeah.
Without a core, there goes all your tech units. So.
Very true, and he's got nothing warping in his main base, so that if that core goes down, he's going to be forced to be just zealots.
Get pulled through, didn't do any damage. There's that stim, but we have medevacs now, so that really helps that. And that force field not being the best as far as zoning the units, and that looks like it's going to be game.
This is definitely going to be game. The Terran player has just too many units with playing on one base. Terran with stim and medevacs is really tough timing to stop.
Yeah, if they had those banelings, if they didn't throw them away, they would have been able to clean up that. So if they got the Lings in there first and then sent the banelings, then they definitely would have had that sold there. But yeah, that wall up at the beginning, like he's just got these 3 zealots now, and they can't really do a lot. Mind you, nothing else could do a lot, but.
He's got a couple more banelings coming in. Zerglings are surrounding, but it's just not going to be enough.
These medevacs can just. He's got another stim here, and he can just. He got hit by the banelings a bit, but it's just too little, too late. So.
Yeah, CrispTender has rebuilt his spawning pool, and he's getting out a bunch of Lings. GG comes out, and U of M takes another game.
Yeah, so it's